Hey folks, check it out. We are going to do a great video today. It's knife time and we're going to look at some really cool knives. These are Kershaws and I'm here to tell you they're absolutely gorgeous. What makes knives special? What makes some knives worth more than others? You go on eBay and you'll say to yourself, why is this knife? This is the same knife that I can buy brand new for $35. But just because it says vintage, it's $45. Well, usually there's something different about them, all right? Some knives are just collectible because they were made a certain year. But year to year, a knife company does what's called cost cutting. Just like when you go to the store today and you see that same box of cereal that you've always bought and all of a sudden it's 4 ounces less in the box, all right? Well, knives do the same thing, but what they do for cost cutting is they change materials, they change manufacturers, and different things like that. So a lot of times when something costs more, there's a good reason behind it. America's wonderful like that. We have a system, supply and demand. If there's a niche in the market and something's not there that people want, somebody's going to jump into that niche and they're going to fill it. So I'm here to tell you that these knives are absolutely gorgeous. So I'm going to get right down to it, all right? We're going to be looking at the Kershaw Gulch, all right, Black Gulch, all right. This looks really familiar. This looks like, well, we always call it a buck folder, right? Because Buck is the one that first came out with this type of style. Very good knife, very good style, very good locking system. But when they manufactured this particular knife, they manufactured it in Japan. Now, I've met people that say Japan, it's the same thing as China. You know, it's one of them Asian knives. It's not as good as the USA. USA is not necessarily always the best. And I'm here to tell you that Japan makes some of the best and finest knives. And a lot of times they made them for American companies, and we were lucky enough to get them. Alright, now this is the Outlaw build. Alright, wonderful knife. All these were manufactured in Japan. This is back in the 80s when Kershaw went to Japan, and Japan filled that niche. At that time, possibly Japan made better knives than us, and or cheaper than us, all right? This one's fully serrated, all right? And I'm here to tell you that these serrations, a lot of people say you cannot sharpen serrations. I'm here to tell you that serrations are very easy to resharpen. Absolutely very easy to sharpen. And they cut better. So it's just something to think about. And a lot of people say, well, I can't resharpen a knife, period. Well, if you don't know how to sharpen a knife, a serrated knife is a good way to go, because this knife's going to stay sharper and cut better than a regular knife for an individual that doesn't really know how to resharpen his knives. So if you're really bad at sharpening knives, I recommend going to this, something like this. Alright, and then we got this one over here. This one has no serrations. Now for someone that knows how to sharpen knives like myself really well, I prefer a non-serrated knife myself, because I can resharpen this to a razor sharp's edge and it will cut as good as a serrated knife. Not necessarily on rope and stuff like that. So the serrated knives really have that market covered. Alright? But I'm going to give you a close-up look on these knives and show you why they were manufactured so well and how beautiful they are. The lockup is absolutely gorgeous. You have no gaps. It's just, the precision is really wonderful. So let's take a closer look at these knives. Alright folks, well, we're looking at these 3 knives here, and I already gave an intro on them. But here's your Black Gulch right here, and currently this one's being made in China, of all places. Just, that's not cool, is it? Let's take a close look at this beauty. Just absolutely beautiful. And the new ones, a lot of times people sell them on eBay and they will not tell you what country they're made in. Currently they're on Amazon for I think about $16, and they will not tell you the origin. In the reviews they actually said it was AUS 8 steel, which it's not. It's the Chinese steel. It's some CR something or other. When a knife company doesn't tell you the origin, it's generally China. Or it'll say something like imported. Well, this is made in Japan, so it is imported. But there's a big difference between a knife that's made in Japan and one that's made in China. I mean, just look at that beautiful lockup these have. Just really beautiful.
The knife just floats down. Just a really gorgeous knife. You can almost open it with one hand. Yep, you can. Just because of how smooth it is. I mean, that's smooth. Just gorgeous. This one currently on eBay in this this style, made in Japan, you're looking at anywhere between $50 and $60, all the way up to $79 I've seen one sell for. Just beautiful. And it'll say 3120 Japan on it. And then on the other side it'll say Kershaw Black Gulch. All right, let's take a look at these. These are Outlaws. Canyon City, Japan. This is your 1066 ST. Another one that's just really ultra smooth to operate. Just incredible. I mean, no thumb stud or nothing. It's one-handed open almost. Check out these serrations on here. Just beautiful. Just gorgeous. These will sell for anywhere $45 to $65. These are currently not being made at all anymore. So if you like them, you can always drop me a PM. I have 2 of these. And here's the non-serrated one. Just look at how perfectly that blade is ground. Just beautiful. Now, actually, this one says Kershaw Outlaw Bill, and then this one says Canyon City. 1066 ST, 1065. This one. Just a really nice full handle on there. Just awesome. Nice jimping, and look how nicely that closes. Just great. Now the fit and finish on this one is just top notch. This is got plastic handles. I really wish it had something like stone or something really cool like that, but it didn't. It's just beautiful the way the knife is made. Top of the line. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. And this kind of shows you why certain knives sell for a lot of money. These are no longer manufactured anymore, and this particular one is made in China. So if you like that style, this being made in Japan and no longer manufactured, someone that really likes this particular knife and or collects Kershaw, this would be something really awesome for your collection. So it's like that small box of cereal. Y'all take care. Later.